And with that beautiful introduction by Paul Heyman, that, ladies and gentlemen, is how Smackdown got started. And it was interesting to see Paul Heyman back on Smackdown, because we don't see Paul Heyman that often on Smackdown unless Brock Lesnar is somehow involved, whether it be a title match or a one-on-one regular non-title match. And tonight, Paul Heyman vowed that Brock Lesnar is going to walk out of Battleground St. Louis as the WWE Champion, but led to a quick rebuttal by Seth Rollins, in which he says that Brock has no chance. Brock is going to be laid to waste because Seth is the architect and the future of the WWE, and that Seth Rollins will be still the WWE Champion. Only time, ladies and gentlemen, will tell if either Heyman's promise about Brock will come true, or whether Seth's promise about him walking out still champion will come true. We have 1 week to find out. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is not the only thing tonight that occurred on SmackDown. No. As I mentioned, this was about getting you physically ready for Battleground in 1 week's time. But there were some matches. Some important, some not so important. Let's get to the not so important matches. The not so important matches I like to start with is Titus O'Neil versus Big E. And Titus O'Neil laid waste to Big E, and the Primetime Players are sending a message to the New Day that 1, they are the dominant tag team, 2, they deserve to be tag team champions, and 3, that the New Day does suck. Then we had Bo Dallas and Dean Ambrose. And Bo Dallas, still running his mouth. I guess he hasn't learned from when The Rock laid the Smackdown to him in Boston. And Dean Ambrose did the exact same thing. Shut Bo Dallas up, hit Dirty Deeds, beat Bo Dallas. Then we had the Divas match. And the Divas match, like I mentioned on Raw, have gotten more attention. But this match had no big match hype to it, as you could say. The Bella Dynasty, as we all know, gaining strength and gaining a lot of heat by the Divas division. But nobody has stepped forward in order to try to stop the Bellas from gaining full control of this Divas division. So, Naomi and Tamina tried to briefly put a halt to the Bella Dynasty from growing, but all came to a crashing end as the Bellas defeated Naomi and Tamina. Then we had Randy Orton make a very rare appearance on SmackDown, and he vowed that Sheamus will be brought back to earth off his high pedestal, and that he vows to rearrange the face and the appearance of Sheamus. Then here comes Victor and Connor, the Ascension. They run their mouths, and they ended up getting 2 RKOs. That were the least importances of SmackDown. Now, let's get on to the important things, the important side of SmackDown. First, Roman Reigns and The Big Show. As we all know, these two have had a rivalry in the past. And this match was good. Intense, because these two are giant behemoths in the WWE. Both have been a champion, whether it's a world champ, Intercontinental, Tag Team, US, it doesn't matter. Both have had a belt. And Roman Reigns was about to put away the giant, The Big Show, when Bray Wyatt comes out of nowhere, causes the disqualification, and then lays waste to Roman Reigns by the way of Sister Abigail. And then Bray Wyatt, yes, Bray Wyatt, once again made the statement to Roman Reigns by saying, anyone but you, Roman. Will that be the case in 1 week's time? Will it be anybody's time but Reigns' time? According to Bray Wyatt. We're going to find out. And then the main event. I don't know how this turned out to be a main event, but it did. Seth Rollins and Ryback, champion versus champion. And this actually was a decent match, a pretty good match. But Ryback would win when Seth Rollins took the chicken way out, ran through the crowd, up the ramp, thinking he's safe. And he was, for the time being. Big Show comes out because earlier in the night, Big Show told Seth, if you get rid of my opponent at Battleground, or lay him down to where he can't really compete at full strength, I'm going to help you wherever you need it at the end of the night. So, Big Show comes out, tries to lay waste to Ryback, because Seth Rollins and Big Show did a 2-on-1 attack. But Roman Reigns made the save. Even the playing field came out from out of nowhere, laid waste to Big Show via a spear, a big boot, and then shell shock. That is what you call making a statement. And thus, that is how we leave you on Smackdown Thursday night. What will happen as we approach Battleground this Monday night? What, ladies and gentlemen, are we in store for as Battleground is 1 week away? Now there's some other things I want to go into. Diva season on the E! Network finally made its return. Total Divas is back. And we kicked it off with a bang. The Divas, whether it was the Bellas, Naomi, Cameron, whoever, Emma, Alicia, Natty, they were all upset at Eva Marie. Because you remember last season on Total Divas, Eva Marie was a bitch. She just thought she's better than anybody. Well, it found out that Eva Marie was not in NXT as many of the Divas thought she was going as of last season. No, we found out, and it was much to the chagrins of the other Divas, that Eva Marie was not in NXT. She was in Hollywood having her own personal trainer get her set because the WWE wants to push her forward, and that really upsets a lot of the Divas, especially Nikki and Brie, because they find it unfair that they want to push Eva Marie over the Bellas in the Divas division when the Bellas have been around longer than Eva Marie. I can see the point, but Eva Marie tried to make a point, and she says, it wasn't my decision, it was the WWE's decision to have me go out to Hollywood, have a personal trainer of my own, get me set, train me rigorously every single day for hours on end, because the WWE wants me to be on the roster quickly, and they want to push me because they think I have what it takes. They say I have a lot of talent. And the Divas continue to fight against Eva Marie, building up heat against Eva Marie. But that wasn't all about what happened on Total Divas. No. We found out, the situation also on Total Divas, as this was dating back to last season, the situation with the Bellas, whether it was with Nikki, Brie, or together. And at the end of last season, the creative writing director, Mark, I forgot what his name was. His last name is actually. He came up to the Bellas and said that there's a 3-year offer on the table, and that he really wants them, WWE really wants them to re-sign with the company, and they could take it from there. Well, Tuesday we found out that Nikki first said that she wasn't going to re-sign the 3-year deal with WWE, but got convinced by her mom. Then went to the other divas and said, you know what? I belong here. You made me belong here. I'm doing this. I'm returning. I'm signing that 3-year deal. But a bombshell came around. As Nikki said she was going to sign that deal, Bree said no, she is not going to return because she wants to focus on getting a family together with Daniel Bryan. And we all know Bree and Nikki are getting up there in age, because it's time for them to start a family. So, as of now, we find out that Nikki's going to come back. That right now, Bree is on her way out. And I want to know more about that situation, and I want to know more about the ongoing heat between the Divas and Eva Marie this coming Tuesday on Total Divas. And finally, Tough Enough. This Tough Enough episode Tuesday night was kind of interesting because it was a surprise walk-off on Tough Enough. Diana walked out. She never gave a reason why. I think it's because she couldn't take the heat by the other women in the barracks at the Performance Center. So I found out that Diana is gone. And this week's episode was about character. Trying to win over the WWE Universe. And what better person to have a good character and to talk about character to the contestants was Seth Rollins. And he told the contestants, that it's all about trying to win over the crowd, whether you're a bad guy or a good guy or a neutral guy or girl. It doesn't matter. Winning over the WWE Universe goes a long way into your career. He brought up memories and flashbacks about when he was with the Shield, when he destroyed the Shield, and how he got so much heat, but he won over the heat by saying that it was for best of his career to go on his own. And how great things have happened by him winning the Money in the Bank, by him cashing in Money in the Bank, and winning the title at WrestleMania. So he says winning over the crowd goes a very, very long way to becoming a good diva or good WWE superstar. And the characters that these contestants portrayed was hilarious. Some of them were even stupid. And a lot of them failed. And the majority of them have failed. I say about 85-90% failed. Maybe 5% passed. And then tensions arose in the barracks. And that is getting interesting. And then it was elimination time. This week it was Daria, Sarah Lee, and Zizi. But with those three on the bottom, they had a chance to win over the judges again by doing their entrances again. And this time, the second time, they did a lot better with their entrances. And no saves by the judges, which led to Daria being eliminated. So now we're down to 10. 5 each. It's getting interesting. My pick is still in Gabby. I want to know by you, our fans, who is your favorite on Tough Enough?